Good evening, everyone. This is T-Mac for T-Mac's American Experience. We are out here at a place I've done before, but we're coming in at a different angle, and then we'll be doing a pretty thorough investigation because this is also my neighborhood watch. So let me show you right off the bat. This is T-Mac. Thank you for joining me for this investigation, and I will definitely need your help, okay, because tonight we're here in my neighborhood. This is going to be my neighborhood watch duty as well, okay. So I did a daytime video in here, caught an 8-point buck and another doe back here, but also seen on the opposite side of the river a homeless camp, and seen a teepee structure that was new. Okay, so we're going to come down here and check this out first down here. This is my neighbor's property that he feeds the deer on a regular basis, so they come down here pretty frequently. They come up real close to him, and I wanted to come down here and see if we've seen anything. Videoing just back here before, I've heard a bobcat screech and several kind of creepy noises back here, just in this spot. Down here further, okay, we have had rock throws, a rock thrower. We've had all kinds of, we've had big cat calls, lots of wildlife. This place is teeming with wildlife. We have seen the fisher cats back here. Okay, and it is a dead quiet night, no wind. So you can see, look at on where there's some leaves left here. Nothing's moving. Okay. So, crank up the light here a little bit. We're going to see if we can catch some eye shine down here. Move down, he's got this nice staircase down here. You see he puts out some food for the deer daily, and he says there's about 14 of them, I believe he said, regularly back here. The 8-point buck I've seen, he said that was most likely the king there, the top deer of what he has documented back here for years. The 8-pointer is the big alpha male, and I ran into it down here on the daytime video. It's noise pollution. We're not that far from the railroad tracks, so we will hear the railroad tracks. There is no wind, no sound at all, so that train noise will be obnoxious, and nothing I can do much about it because it is quiet. We may catch some traffic noise from Route 20, Route 7, and I-90, potentially. Okay, it is late at night, but it's kind of late at night anyway, so we are running. It's at 10:08 at night, and you see he puts out the salt for him. Okay, I love this place, and he's very thankful that he gave me the permission to come back here on his property. Now down here, after we get to the bottom of the hill, is the state land. But up here, this is private property, and just a really cool place. He has a little staircase coming down over here. I made sure to tell him. One of the nights forgot, I just came back here one of the times. I was testing my flashlights. I did a video back here, and he didn't realize it was me. He called the police, and they got here after I left, but he told them that there was 5 people back here, and it was just one guy with 5 flashlights. But he said they were so bright. This was kind of funny. He said he first thought there was he thought there was a spaceship landing in his backyard. So I made sure to tell him one of the other things, objectives we have. Okay, first of all, a rock thrower, Bigfoot man, Yeti, whatever you feel like calling it. We were looking for that, or the other cryptids that would be in a similar fashion to that, Dogman, whatever. It is known for around here, and I definitely had rocks whipped at me on my last night video back here. So keep your eyes peeled and strap on the helmets. Get ready, because probably get hit. When I was down here last, I had, at night, I almost had a rock take my head off. That one was like one that was literally intended to hit me. And it is dark, and I'm not sure why, but my battery just all of a sudden, even though, or my flashlight, even though I just had it fully charged, has the power cut in half, even though I have it attached to a battery. It is like weird. I don't understand what just happened, because my battery was the flashlight battery was full, and it just all of a sudden half of it just dipped. I mean, it's gone. I'll have to check the other cameras and see if their power dipped. But it is pitch black, but we have, this is the best weather night we're going to have back here for a while. We got a lot of wet weather coming, and cold, high winds, all that stuff coming in the next day. So it was get out here and check this now or don't. Now, another thing I had was on the opposite side of the creek. The homeless camp was set up there. I contacted the property owner. We called the police. Police went down there. The homeless people fled into the woods, and the police did not catch them. So they may potentially still be there. The homeowner asked me if I could keep an eye on him because he's an elderly man. I mean, literally, the guy's like 84, and he says he's not in a position to take care of them, to stop them. And they're on his property. He wants them off, so he said, if you see him, he said, don't call me, just call the police. So, okay, so we are also looking for, whether you want to call them homeless or feral humans or whatever the heck, but we are looking for that. This is Neighborhood Watch. Neighborhood Watch Patrol. Now, the deer may be bedded down now because it gets dark so early. And we still have a few bugs out, even though we got temperatures down at 46 degrees. Thankfully, no wind chill, though. Okay, you're going to hear the Norfolk and Western Railroad behind me. That's in the train yard. The trains will be moving in and out, connecting their cars, doing their business. So we'll have that noise pollution. It's just always in Conneaut. That's pretty much always a given wherever I go. That's just the way it is. So, doing my little scan here. None of the deer want to come out for me yet. Which they have, in the past, they have actually come out to check and see when they see somebody up here. They'll come out and see who it is. A lot of the time. Now, I could continue and try to walk down that hill, which doesn't make, I don't really feel like up to doing too many hills. But then, we, are going to end up, we'll turn the video off, and we will head down to the river a different way. I could actually make it straight through to the river here, but instead of trying to do that right now, I am not feeling at my best. I'm suffering from some injuries that are from my combat related incidences. It is foggy out tonight too. That is going to be a factor. Okay, alright. Well, it doesn't look like anything wants to make itself known. No critters are wanting to come out and say hi. So, we'll go and check in a different area. We'll come back up here. The deer come around here quite a bit. I got some pumpkins that I'm gonna bring down here once we have a break in the weather too. Again, this is my neighborhood. I do want to keep this running for a little bit here because you just never know. Because I swear I'm seeing eyes shot ahead. I don't know if that's a reflection off of something. I think. Right in there. But I'm not sure what that is. I'm getting no heat signature. But hallelujah, I got my thermal camera back up. Did full investigation with very minimal use of the thermal camera, and I did not like that. It was like half of my vision was gone. I think that's a reflection off of something over there. Okay. Drop things in the comments. Let me know what you think of the place. Get ready. We're going to have a good investigation tonight. Thank you for coming along on my neighborhood watch. Okay, we're back down here. And we're going to start the investigation right off the bat. There's a vehicle here. I don't know who that dude is, but he's just sitting in his car quietly, so I'm not going to bother him. We're going to start. We're going to go down. It's a down and back, not a loop. We'll check around in some places where we can see, but we're definitely keep an eye open for things, because you know what I did? I left my glasses on, which is going to mean I hate when I do that. I started walking down here with them on instead of taking them off, so I have trouble seeing the thermal screen very well. But it does help me better for catching like eye shine, or if I have to punch holes. Okay, just so you know. Okay, carrying the standard 10 mil and 9 mil hole punchers. Right on the other side of this bridge, that is our Indian Mound. This is Center Road access. This is my neighborhood watch. Okay. Conneaut Creek's flowing pretty good. I've been seeing quite a few fishermen down here lately. And I do take a good close look here, even though I got a spider right in the way there. Because right over here is where I've seen the fisher cats. Also is where I heard a bobcat do its screech. Okay. So a lot of stuff has happened here. Last time I was literally followed with rocks being thrown at me all the way down, all the way back. It was obnoxious. I was followed the entire way and was unable to catch whoever was doing that, or whatever was doing that. Okay, so from this part in here, we got some areas where we have to keep an eye on. There's a little stream that runs into the Conneaut Creek on the opposite side. That was where the homeless camp was. Should hopefully be gone, but we got to make sure they didn't just pop across the river and set up camp over here. Okay, so, and there's a random dude sitting in the parking lot, so I don't know, we may have some possible human contamination. You can hear the sound of the train pulling cars in the railroad yard. That's going to be through the entire video. Sorry guys, unfortunately no way to get around that. So we got to try to listen for some of the sounds over top of the train, which that's where I was hearing something. But I can't tell what. I'm going to switch hands here. Okay, there's our train. I know that train's literally going to sound like it's right next to us because it echoes through the valley. But the train yard is literally 2 blocks. Once you get up to the top of the hill here, it's 2 blocks away. Trust me, they rattle my house. So, I am trying to look at that thermal, and I do see a couple potential hits, but they're registering only 42 degrees. So I'm thinking probably not. Because I think if we had like a deer bedded down there, or animal, something like that, person, it would hit higher than 42 degrees. Again, 46 degrees out, no wind. Hallelujah, praise Jesus. I have a hit back here. That's definitely a hit. There's something. There is something back there. It's moved. Right. There it is, right there. Where is that? I'm trying to step into the woods a little bit. Maybe I'll do a little whistle or something. It looks big. But I'm not sure what I'm picking up. Let's do a little whistle. Yeah, oh, that's alive. There it is, right there. It's a deer. Hi, sweetheart. We got 1, 2, 3 of them. Let me see if I can zoom in on her. Those are our deer that are... So we got... That's right. So there she is. Hi, Mama deer. How you doing? So there's a mama deer and two of her fawns from last year, and a fawn from this year, this previous one, that are with her. So there's 4 of them. Here she is. The thermal found them. I didn't find them. I'm gonna try and... Hi, how you doing? So already, this is already worth it. We found our deer. Now, I think these are definitely my neighbors. Because of my neighbor, they're right over in that area. You see her little white tail sticking up there. They stay over in this area. He tries to keep them over in this area too, because there's no hunting in this area. So I'm going to leave them alone, because those ones are my friends. And yes, I went down there with him when he feeds them. To me, it's an amazing sight. So, but the thermal scored really good there. It's catching all of them. There's several of them. There's another one right back there. Okay. And the thermal's catching all of them. Okay. So, good signs already. And I can hear them moving. There's two. There we go, there they are. And there's another one off to the left, over right there. I don't know if you can see her good. Yeah, right there. And I found them all from the thermal camera. There's 3 of them right there. They're just checking me out, seeing what I'm going to do. But I think they know I ain't, probably recognize my voice. No, I'm not a threat to them. Those are my buddies, and I got some pumpkins I got to bring to them. Okay. So my friend that feeds them there, he gets them. They come right up to him. They bring the deer will bring their young to show him everything. He's the deer whisperer. So that's another thing we're worried about here, and what he wanted to have me be checking for, to keep an eye out for poachers, because it's deer season, but this is not a hunting area. But he said in the past they've had to deal with trying to keep poachers out of here. Between poachers and homeless, or I don't know, these homeless, some of them, I don't know if you want to call them feral people or what, but because most of them that I've dealt with are homeless because of their own choosing. Okay, so we're climbing up onto the old foundation. So those deer will probably be back there when I go. You can see the retaining wall, the little base. This used to be an old, something that used to deal with the old Cummings canning factory that was here long ago. And this area is just forested for over 100 years. It used to be, back here used to be pumpkin patches for the Cummings canning factory. And they had a mill down here. That's what the old dam is. So even with my glasses on, I was still able to catch those thermal hits. That's one of the good things about it, the temperature dropping here like this, and the vegetation is down. Anything warm-blooded is going to stick out like a sore thumb. And it's really hard to hide a thermal signature. Okay? Not impossible, but hard. And you're talking like me, as someone who was in the military for 20 years, we had gear that was designed to reflect IR, but there was really, they said literally, there's nothing we can do to hide your thermal signature. There's some thermal blankets you can, but a lot of them are, the thermal blankets will cover your heat signature, but will be noticeable in other ways. Okay, here's where they cap the old gas well. I'm trying to smell and see. There's sometimes you smell the natural gas back here. And I'm trying to scan across there. So I do have, from the last time I had this thermal on here, I got kind of a different setup on my camera thing. So if one camera's, the bottom camera is going low, which is my main, it's because I'm trying to check the thermal, or vice versa, that the thermal ends up popping up too high. Bear with me, I'm trying to learn my equipment. I'm constantly trying to improve the quality of these videos. This is the place where I first started my night hikes videos. This is where the first one was. Oh, I got eye shine like crazy back here. We're going to zoom in because I'm betting that we got more deer back there. I'm picking them up on the thermal, but look at that right in there. There's some more deer down here. I think those are deer anyway. I can't tell. It's eye shine. Okay. Unfortunately, I do not have a free hand. So I have to put the flashlight down to zoom in and out. We'll probably get up a little closer to these guys. So I'll keep this over here. Let me know if you see. If you see the eye shine, because I'm already seeing that, like, I'm not keeping that. Gosh, I got 3 of them. There's one straight back here. Let me see if I can get him. Her. Probably a her. They said there's some bucks. Yeah, oh yeah. There you go. You see you got 2 sets of eye shine right back there. And I'm going to go ahead and say, and then you got right there, oh, I can see them. I can see them. Those are deer. So it's definitely more of our deer friends. And I only don't want to mention my neighbor's name because I don't know if I have his permission to or not. He lets me video back there, but he never said whether I could say his name or not. So we got more deer back here. They're a good sign a lot of ways. Okay, finding the deer. Okay, we're looking for predators and the predator activity as well. That's one of our objectives. Okay, deer would be the top large animal, large prey animal, that is. Okay, let's see what we got. So we've seen 4 of them up there, and we're at, I think, 4 or 5. See, we got this guy right there. Let me zoom in on her. This gal, I keep saying guy. Look at him. So you're just checking to see what I'm doing. Okay. Again, coming back here to hunt is poaching. It's illegal. So these guys know that. So most of the people coming back here aren't trying to hunt. Plus my friend feeds them. So, but some of the things we were worried about, because I found definitely some coyote tracks, and I found bobcat tracks down here as well. Okay, one of the big things with having the deer, look at, there they are. Oh my gosh, I got them on the thermal. There's a bunch of them down here tonight. Well, I can't wait to tell my friend. There they go. There's 2 main ones that I see there poking their heads up. Okay. Why I like finding these guys though, I mean, some of the times when you see them around, they're on alert. They're constantly watching for, there they are, right back there. They're constantly watching for whatever's coming back here. So if the coyote do come back here, or bear, or Bigfoot, or whatever that comes after these deer, then they split. And if you see the deer taking off, then you know there's trouble around. That means an apex predator's coming. And that's what we're looking for, actually. But apex predators don't pray. See, we got our deer right over there still, and they're kind of following. They're checking me out, and I'm expecting that. I videoed these ones last year. I had one come up. Gosh, it let me get within 6 feet of it. So, absolutely love doing that. Down we got the old dam here. This is an absolutely amazing place here. My battery for some reason is like half gone. Okay. Now, definitely there's a lot of fishermen that come down here, and for some reason people want to graffiti. I don't know why. And put their beer bottle tops on the trees, litter. Drives me berserk. Biggest pet peeve of mine. So I'm probably going to have to change this battery out here pretty soon. I got a battery plugged into the flashlight. Okay, so health-wise, I have not been doing the best. And same with Jack. Jack has not been doing all that good health-wise either. But this area here, this is my home base. And again, I don't patrol it near as much as I should. But it's absolutely beautiful and breathtaking back here. You can see that from the day video that I showed you. Again, you're going to see my breath here. It's chilly out. There goes our train. You can see the neighborhood lights at the top of the valley up there. Now, as we get up here, this other side of the river is definitely where we need to watch. Got that little spider there. I'm not sure why the spiders are still out. So we got both sides here that we really got to keep an eye on. Now, back here, last winter, I found, well, springtime actually, I found a newborn fawn back here, which was an absolute amazing catch. Thermal caught it. Sorry, I got a bug that tried to go up underneath my hat for some, not sure why. There's bugs out. It's 46 degrees. They need to die already. Okay. So see, this is where the trees, they're literally being held on by the roots. And this is, as you can see, this was the pathway that I walked along. And these trees they're holding on for dear life. But once we have, probably even with some of the stuff we have going on, coming up here, we got lots of rain, high winds. Those things, this may be gone here by the next time I'm able to come down here. If not, then springtime will the spring melt will definitely get them. So I am going to also pop out a blue glow stick. I see my old deer. I put a deer right there a long time ago. I put that back there. It's still there. It was a, I don't know, deer stink bait. And nothing really came for it. But I'm going to pop a glow stick here if I can find it. Okay. And yes, I come back here and take these out. I forgot about that other one there. I'm gonna have to come get that later. Okay, so we got a blue glow stick hung up there. That'll be a good marker spot for me. The times where I've had rocks thrown at me, which is multiple times down here, has been when I'm further back into the woods. I'm hitting spider webs and everything too, jeez. You got a very clear shot all the way back. The thermal's picking up the valley wall. Again, we got about a football field back to the valley wall at least. Maybe a little longer. And up here is where the homeless camp is, and I definitely want to have my thermal rolling for this, because see the little stream on the opposite side, which you probably can't see too good, right over here. You're on the, which would be the west side of that. We're heading west on the path. I'm going to try to get to some clear spots. Got to keep an eye on this area of the woods. But over here, back in there, is where I had, there was a homeless nest. I'm not sure if it's there. I'm not picking up anything. Wait, I am picking up reflection off of something back there. I'll mess with them. I see you back there. So I can see this is an area where they cross. You see, it looks like they're using that. Going up there, and right over here is their homeless, that homeless nest. It looks like there's remnants of it there. I don't know if the people are there. Again, because the police have been called on them and come back there. They left a little note for them saying, get off the property or they will be arrested. We'll find out. Again, if we have to, then if I have to, then I'll turn off the video and hit 911 real quick. If I do see him back there. Ooh, that's a train. The train in the train yard there. That big crash. Oh, trust me, I hear that all the time. Yeah, there I can see a little bit better across there. There's the nest is still there. I don't know. These people are messy as heck. That's why I kind of hesitate calling them feral, because they take every human advantage, or you know, modern advantage that they can. And most of them are not just peaceful people trying to be. Some of them maybe. Here we go. We're zooming in. Right there. I'll have to check. I'll have to maybe talk to the property owner and see if he'll let me walk back there. I didn't want to bother the old guy and letting him know. I had to just go knock on his door. So across there, that's the back property. The last property of Edgewood Drive is this one. It's this land right back here. After that, the property is owned by people on Daniels Avenue. So just further down the creek, you'll come to the old Parish Road Bridge, which is called Bluebell. Then you'll come to Keefus Road Bridge. These are places all I videoed too in the past. And then you goes around a bend to Creek River Bridge and Camp Pete. Okay, somebody I always got to make fun of my graffitiers here. Somebody put, "I need love. You're not going to find it by graffitiing up the woods. Let me tell you that." Okay. One good thing here, the path is fairly clear of the leaves going back here. Now it's hard because I'm hearing a lot of the noises from the train yard. And we're at the part of the river where it gets real deep and is quiet. So this will now get very, very quiet back here. And I'm not sure if, but there was a teepee structure that was set up around here somewhere. And I'll have to go back. I think I already passed. I may have passed it and just didn't notice it. Probably was looking at the other side. See, the thorn bushes are still alive, to my chagrin. Looks like we had some trees come down the path here since I was here last. This was not down here. That is a train slamming into the car. I'll make sure that there's some sort of noise. I'll make sure that you guys know if I know what that is or if I don't. Dead quiet back here. You can see this is a old beaver chew. Survivor. They graffiti that. Well, honestly, tell me your mentality. You want to go take a hike back into some beautiful woods. I'm going to write stupid stuff on trees. I don't understand the mentality there. Okay, this is where our path turns into the woods. You can see those are the white paint on the trees. That's marking pathway. There are a lot. Holy cow. Knocked that spider web, came right into my face anyway. A lot of spider webs out. I did not expect. Now, why I don't really go this way much further, because there is a pathway down here, but we're going off the property, or one of my neighbors owns that. It's no longer state property. I didn't contact him and ask him permission tonight, so I have in the past, but like I said, I don't walk on the people's property unless they give me permission. Let's see, we're going to get up here where it just, the pathway goes all the way to the valley wall, and there's a very, very steep up there that goes to the city cemetery. And you see back there, I'm not going to duck down and go through that. We got a house up on the top there. That's the dead end of Lincoln Drive. Just trying to listen for noises here. All I'm getting is those trains. It's literally it. Tell people definitely haven't been walking back here because the path is covered up still with the leaves. Jeez. Sorry, I'm having bugs attacking me, hitting spider webs at the same time. Trying to catch across the opposite side there. So one of the things I think I've definitely found out about our grassman, Sasquatch, whatever you feel like calling them, buddy, is that they, especially at nighttime, they hate bright lights. And this sucker's 14,000 looms. I'll say it's probably the reason I've had rocks thrown at me in the past. It's because I'm shining a bright light that irritates them. Well, that's just fine with me. So that gives me the opportunity, if they're going to do that, make themselves known, gives me the opportunity to catch evidence. Maybe I will tonight. Maybe it's just going to be all quiet, just like it is down here, just it's silent. Look at it, the water's still. And all we have is the sound of our train. Maybe I should do a couple of Jack's whoops. Okay. So let's let one rip here. 3, 2, 1. Whoop! Can you hear that echo pretty good? Let me let out another one, just in case. Okay, I'm going to do it. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay, not hearing anything. The train's honking back, I guess. Trying to get a good thermal scan through here. My hand's nice and toasty because the flashlight here, the O-light, is up there at 148, something like that, and down here at the base, where I'm holding on to it, 120. Okay, so I'm holding on to a 120 degree flashlight, so my hand's actually sweating a little bit. But it's funny when you breathe. When I breathe going across this flashlight, it really picks up the mist off of it because it's so hot. Okay, here's our tree fall here. And one of the things I wanted to look at here is seeing if I don't have a free hand really. I was going to grab something and try to do a knock, but I really don't have the free hand for that, unfortunately. I'm walking through. I just came through here and there's spider webs already. Just went through a pile of spider webs. Jeez. More graffiti up here to make fun of. We care. No, we don't. That's a lie. Whoever wrote that's a liar. Okay. I see a little kind of a trail coming up to the water here. So let's investigate around here a little bit. Water. And absolutely beautiful scenery, especially in the daytime. I mean, it's beautiful down here at night. I just don't know if it's capturing it. There's a train car smash. This is a big wooded area back here. Some of the property owners have pathways. I'm not sure if they do hunting on their property or not, because it's private property. But I know there's no deer hunting at nighttime anyway. You can see, I love how you can see so clearly through the woods now. I was back here and you could not, in the summertime, you could not see that far back through there. And we got a very high canopy. Again, this area has been forested over for 100 years. Just hearing a train clickety clack. There's our homeless nest over here. I mean, they don't have a fire out, so if they're there, there's no fire. So I thought, I'd always think that that would be like the first thing. You got somebody graffitiing saying breathe. Fully intend to. Okay. So as we start to get later in the fall into winter, okay, we're going to continue to be doing these hikes all year long. I probably could do a live stream down here. This area's there, straight across is the nest. Yeah, I can see that pretty good. The tarps and stuff up there. And it's down, nestled in a little valley of that stream. Actually a good spot to have shelter from the windy areas. However, you come back here, we have coming up here, we got 25 to 35 mile per hour winds with gusts up over 40 coming. That'll topple trees, and it is scary. Now you talk about, that's a scary time to be in the woods. Branches and fallen trees falling over, pieces of the river will break off of the edge, the banks, all kinds of stuff. I had a glimmer of eye shine back there. Yeah. I do. Glimmer of eye shine, but I don't have a thermal hit. So we're going to walk towards it. See what we can stir up, because there's something back there. I definitely see it. So we're going to go off the beaten path here. Still can't pick it up on the thermal. There was definitely eye shine there, but I don't know if it just tucked its head down or what. But there's something over there. Let's do another whoop here. And 3, 2, 1. Whoop! See if we stir something up. Alright, I had nothing. I don't know where it went, but we had something there for a minute. Look, you can kind of see our moon up there. Some clouds, but it's like no wind. Okay. Definitely got a little creepy moon up there. It's just past the full moon. We had the full moon out this Friday. And it's Monday, so it's a couple days past the full moon. But there's still quite a bit of moon showing. Okay. Now just, you know what? I come back out here, and dang if I didn't catch a pair of eyes there for a second. There is a set of eyes straight back there. I'm going to zoom in. Yeah. So I can center the camera on it. Right back there. It's not really showing up, but there's a set of eyes. Oh, I see the head moving up. damn, you know, now we gotta walk back here. See, I got zoomed in all the way, so I can definitely see the eye shine. It's up by the ridge line, but I definitely got a pair of eyes watching me. Big set of eyes. See its head going down, up. Let me put it. There we go. I gotta center the camera on it. Big set of eyes back there. Right in there. Oh, why is that? I can't really see that on the camera. Maybe it'll show when I blow it up there, the bigger screen. There's a pair of eyes back there for sure. And this is all thorn bushes after this, so I'm not going to push back through. I'd have to make a lot of noise if it started coming towards me. So, let me zoom the camera back out. I don't like speculating. When I see eye shine, I like to speculate what it is unless I have a really good view. I can see a big set of eyes, but can't really tell what they are. It's something large, so definitely could be a deer, but it also could be a bigger predator. When you have eye shine, the one thing you know it's not is it's not a human. Human eyes are made different, and they don't give off eye shine. I definitely gotta watch this side because we have everything from river otter to raccoon and possum and fisher cats. The big one are back. They're all back here. It's just catching them. That's the trick. And I would have continued walking back there further. I wanna check. I gotta switch my battery pack. Oh, so you gotta bear with me a second. I'm gonna try to put the camera where it's still rolling, and I'm gonna grab one of my extra batteries if I can find it. Actually worked fairly good. There, we got a fresh battery plugged in to the flashlight so we can make it back. Because of some of my injuries, I had to drop the weight on my pack and what I'm carrying. So I am not carrying any extra flashlights. Not even my little spare emergency one is out. I had to drop weight on everything, and again, my back's feeling it with what I'm doing. But it's my back and both my knees that are having problems, and I have an injury up in the front of my chest. That is from Afghanistan. All this stuff is from Afghanistan. There's a little blue glow stick. Again, I'm not going to get it now, but I am going to come back and grab it later. going to try and check this side. So I've caught some critters over here in the past. Okay. Excuse me. But one of the reasons I'm coughing is not because I'm having a cold or sinus problems, which I do have chronic sinus problems, but I have an injury up in my chest that is literally like on the, I have like, it's called a hiatal hernia. That is literally keeping the flap of my stomach open, so when I try to lay down, it is literally like everything in my stomach is coming out. And it's incredibly painful, and it's actually very painful on me like now at the moment. The doctors told me that's not what it's not supposed to be that way, but it is. So it gives me a lot of issues with trying to bend or hunch over. Ooh. My thermal's not bringing in anything, but I see, I don't know if that's anything. I can't tell. Epically beautiful neighborhood I live in. And again, I don't need permission to walk back here anytime that I want. There it is. Here is our teepee structure. I passed that on the way here. I don't know how I did, but this is what I found. Those are some pretty big. None of them are cuts. They're all from down branches. Something set up a whole teepee structure here, or it doesn't look like. I see no other signs. I don't see any like cord, 550 cord or anything around it, or strings. I'm checking. No, that's leaves. Okay. Nothing else. So I don't know, you guys tell me this was not here in the summertime when I came back here. When I came back here in the daytime, stuck out like a sore thumb, and I did day hikes here in the summertime too. Again, this is a neighborhood. This is the one I'm trying to keep a close eye on. So there we go, we have our little teepee structure. I'll let you guys be the judge. You guys, wherever you think it came from, okay, I'm not going to argue with you. Okay, you think that's Bigfoot activity? Okay, you think that's people activity? Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. I see back here the trees. You see that? Try to zoom in on that. That's odd how all of them are in that same spot. Could that be natural? Yeah. Could it not be? Again, you guys drop in the comments. I'll have my opinion. I'm doing an investigation. see, somebody left their crock. But I'm doing an investigation. I'm going to present the evidence to you. You're the jury, okay? And you can either say yay or nay to it, and that's your opinion. You're right, okay? I won't argue with you on it. I'll just say, okay, cool. Again, I got my personal opinions on it, and again, not to skew anything. There's definitely that people that come back here, so I can't say that there's not a potential for that. However, I know the things I had happen to me throughout the summertime back here, and they weren't from people. So that's what I have my opinion on. I think these things move all along the Conneaut Creek. And people leaving their litter out there. And yeah, I will clean up my stuff. Okay. It's one of the things, and why you got to listen, and I know we had to listen over top of some train noise, which seems to be gone now. So now you just got the water noise. When I was on top of that old foundation on one of my past hikes, we caught an EVP. I've caught several of those in my videos. No clue exactly what they are. Again, I don't know. That is definitely out of my realm of expertise. But it was there as clear as day. So maybe now we get, and as I said, the train was gone, now it's back. Okay. You gotta listen intently, because in many of my videos, for some reason, there's these unexplained voices will pop in. That guy's gonna blow his whistle like it's going out of style. Trying to get a good sweep with that thermal. I apologize, but we are that close. You can hear the bell clinking on that train. So that's life in Conneaut, Ohio, is trains. So there's literally no way to avoid that. And again, because there's 2 train yards here, 3 sets of railroad tracks, you get these trains moving slow through the yards. We'll have to keep a sharp eye out, because our deer friends I swear I'm hearing this screech over top of the water. Now, right there, it's a pair of headlights that it looks like is in the parking lot. We parked right by my dang car, I think. Ooh, I got a strong whiff of that natural gas. Well, right there. Yeah, I'm going to say don't light a match back here. I definitely got a big whiff of that natural gas. You can hear the water flowing, but thought I was hearing something else on there, some movement, but unfortunately I can't tell. Okay, we're back up on top of the old foundation. I have noticed with my new selfie stick, I have trouble getting the main camera pointed into the right area from where I'm looking. So I a lot of times have to use the flashlight, put it on spot to see. Now, on the thermal, I can see the top of that ridge line clearly. Like if something was up there, the thermal would pick up something on that ridge line there. This spot in particular is just immaculate view there. I got it with that thermal. So I will be down here winter time when we got snow, especially because I'll be able to check the animal tracks. Really clear down here. I'm hoping. Ooh, that I heard. I heard something splash into the water. What it was, I don't know. Something was definitely hit the water there. That may have been some sort of animal, but that was definitely something. Alright, so this is, I was seeing the deer all over here. They may have either moved on or just bedded down. It's nice and quiet. There goes that train. And now we got the other track, the CSX tracks there. That one until it's that, because it's going to be fast moving. And unfortunately, that's just that's life here in Conneaut, in my neighborhood. Like I said, I gotta have white noise. I gotta have a fan sleep, because otherwise I'll hear trains all night long. Trying to look at how these trees are. Oh man, I was catching their thermal hits like crazy. But we'll see what we can catch. We may take a peek across the road into the open field for, it's called COYO. I don't see those headlights anymore, which is good. It doesn't appear that my deer friends are still out over here. I'm not seeing them anymore. Again, that could be because they either bedded down or moved on. So if they're around here, this thermal will pick them up for sure. Okay. Now we're back up towards the front here. And I don't see anything. We're going to see, I don't know if the dude who was sitting there, if he's still there. A lot of people will go down to that little spot right over in there, fish. Okay, so thankfully the neighborhood watch is pretty quiet. Which is kind of the way I like it. And something that's rather enjoyable is I have not had a rock thrown at me for a change. Okay, try and get a good look in through here. See, there's somebody way back over there in the CLYL property, which I'm not sure why. So I don't think they're supposed to be back there at night. A lot of times I'll catch the deer over here too. or critters on the open field. Okay, so other than somebody over there, which I can't tell who that is, they definitely seen my light, because I gotta keep an eye on my neighborhood now. Alright, so drop in the comments what you thought, what you seen. Be ready, we're going to be having our winter adventures here coming up. And there'll be a lot going on. Somebody left their New York Yankees hat out right there. That's wonderful. Okay. So. And they left their trash all over here too. That's the fishermen that are back here. Dude, I don't care if you fish. Don't care one bit or whatever. Clean up your mess. Holy crap. Alright, so there's my little spiel. This is T-Mac for T-Mac's American Experience. Hope you enjoyed the Neighborhood Watch. Thank you for coming along with me. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.